find the docket. Usually we have a query screen. Go into the docket and show you the item, query the docket to find it. Open up the docket. It's going to show me a bit of information about it. It's a regular black, regular fit core down shirt. And this is the style number. The style number consists of 3 parts, which is the header information, the block number, which relates to the pattern number, and the variation of it, which is this red black. There you go. If I want to look at more of the detail of the style, I can double click on it and I can see the style detail, just telling me these materials, these costs, sales orders that have been taken against order, number of production orders against that style, what I currently got in stock, etc. Mostly I really want to focus on what the bulletin is. The bulletin is really my operation list. Okay. We have 2 sets of time. One is your standard time and one is your produced time. Usually your standard time is based on standard TMUs, which is your standard motion time system, which is calculated 100%. Okay. But no factory can work at 100%, so we apply factors to the factory. So in this case the factor is 80%. So the standard time is a 0.47, but the produced SH is actually a 0.59 based on an 80% factor. That 80% factor is applied to your planning so that your expectation in terms of what you're going to get out of the line is realistic in terms of your scheduler, and also you're costing on that rating at 80%. So when you're costing your minute value in terms of rands per minute or dollars per minute, whatever it is, the currency is, you're actually planning on that 0.59 opposed to a 0.57. So in all truth, that you should end up balanced as long as you achieve your targets on that basis. Looking at this, okay, I can actually drill down to it, but I actually want to go into edit mode, so I'm not going to drill down here. I'll open up another session, engineering module. I have a listing of all the operations that I have. Okay, then I have a listing of all the groups that I have, which are all the groups, different groups, and which is your modules. And then I have an operation, put it in here, I got it, okay, and you can see here it consists of a number of groups. Okay, so you can see it starts with bundling, auto collars, auto cups, auto bags, auto fronts, prep collars, prep cups, prep sleeves, prep bags, prep fronts, pairing, sub-assembly, assembly, finishing. That's it. Okay, so all in all, I have a standard minute value of 28.96 at a factor of 80, which gives me a 36.21 or SH of 0.604. Okay, and these are all the modules. So if I look at, just say, prep sleeves, okay, these are the operations that are defined there. Go into the operation, for example. This is the studies that were done against it. There's 2 means of actually getting your times. One is from GST. There's a GST import function, or you can actually do a manual study, which is a time study. Time study is usually doing cycle times and then applying efficiency ratio, and then coming up with the time, applying allowances, and then coming up with the final time. Whichever one you do, then what you're happy with, you set as active, and that'll be the applied time for this specific operation. You're also able to look at specific items, like able to attach any file to it and store that file within the database so everyone can have access to it. So for example, you can add like a video, and the video helps a lot to show the operation details and the methods used, especially when you're doing time study. This video is available on the terminals with the lines as well, so it's easily accessible and can be used for training purposes. You can also add a document like this. This is a GST listing of motions in order to come up with the time. Let's see, this is a folder showing you the folder that's used. So you can attach anything you really want to, and that's no problem. Okay, from here you have an operation. You can also go and say, okay, I need to balance this for a certain amount of operators that I have on the line. I can go and say, okay, here's a module, go into the detail, it's going to show me, right, 8 operators. I've defined a efficiency of 80%, and on that 80% I need 191 units. These are the operations, and these are the required operators I need. Okay, and I can change the grouping. I can go and change it if I want to. These are the operators I've defined. Like, for example, I can go and change this here to example, go to there, recalculate the group there, and we'll group those together. You see, join those items there, and I need to add more operators here, and let's put that back. Or I can undo it, put it back there, recalculate the group there. Let's recalculate the group there. That's really all there is to it. It's simple. So you come up with a standard amount of value, adjust SH, that's a module. So target's 191 on that line for that specific module. Okay, and you do the same for all the others. You can do exactly the same prep cuffs, same type of thing as one study here. Operators, 7 operators you need for that module. Looking at say prep collars, same type of thing I need. Okay, those are the operations. Go to balancing here, the detail, show I need 12 operators, 183 targets, 80%. That's so you can work through each one, and you can really go and work through it, and you can work out your best balance.